What is going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading, actually sporting one of the shirts today. Hope everybody out there is doing well. As for myself, I'm doing pretty good. You see where I'm at out here in this shop. I'm actually done working for the day, been done trading for the day, about to go try to hop on these people plane and go somewhere. But before I do that, I wanted to sit down and get a recap out of the way for my trades today. Start by saying it was a green day, but it was not a good green day. Most people will say any green day is a good day, but on those days that it's not so much of a good day, gotta actually realize it. But first trade out the blocks this morning, I took about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and bad trade, went downhill, and I took a pretty hefty size loss, a little bit more than I wanted to risk. I was initially trying to risk $100 in the trade, and tried to make the trade work, which we shouldn't be doing, but I did it anyway. And I finally realized, let me just stop out of this thing. So ended up taking the L, and we pressed on through. And I said I was done trading at that time of the morning, said I was going to sleep, but I couldn't sleep. So I rolled over and took another trade, made some of the money back, took another trade, got green, went to work, got off, took another trade when I got home, and ended up where we're at today. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna bring up the main screen. Go ahead, turn off this webcam. And as always, we are looking at exactly what I see when I am trading. My Thinkorswim layout with the OTRS trade system deployed on it. NinjaTrader, which is what I use to trade take profit prop firm account. And you see we are up $418 today. That does not have commissions and fees taken out. With commission and fees taken out, we're up $378 on the day. What I do want to do now is I'm going to go ahead and blow up just the 1 minute chart. This is what we will be looking at. To kind of look at these trades real quick. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna back this out to, guess what time? You heard it. I was trading. Ooh, I said 3 o'clock. No sirree, Bob. I was trading like 2 in the morning. Yeah, couldn't sleep. Popped up. I saw Spark was online, and he was in a trade. All right, maybe just gotten out of a trade. So had the bright idea to trade. And you see where I got in at. That's going to be on my Thinkorswim chart way up here. This is what you call chasing a trade, y'all. That is what you call chasing a trade. And I got in. This kind of pulled back, and I added one. Now, if you look at this chart, you'd be like, what were you doing? At the time that I took this trade, my stop was going to be the low of the cloud. And I'm going to bring this up just a little bit. We'll put it about right there. If you look down here in my volume lower area, you see all of these different labels that I've made. And then I have one here that says bounce. That bounce tells me how many points it is from where the price is at to the low. If it's green, that means that we're above it. I'm going long. If it's red, which it is right now, that means we're below it. I'll go ahead. I'm going to scroll over real quick just so you can see what I'm kind of talking about. So right now, this is where price is at. From this point right here to the top of the bounce cloud, 16 points. So if I wanted to use that as my stop and I just want to enter in, I know right now if I enter, I'm risking 16 points. It's going to be $32. And then I could take that trade if that was a valid trade. So that's what I did when I took this trade this morning. So that's why the entry is a little high. Let me bring that back over. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. That's why the entry seems a little high. And I'm still not at the right area. There we go. So yeah, it's a little high, but I was thinking that this is just going to run. I'm thinking this is just going to run. So when you see me add, I'm adding again, thinking this is going to run. So you heard what I just said. If we go from this point right here, I'm going to do the math real quick. That entry was about 713. If we come down, the stop is 690. It's about 25 points. One contract, it's only 50 bucks. That's not bad. If I add, that still keeps me under my $100. I'm good. I'm Gucci. But I didn't take that stop, y'all. It came down. So as you can see, that's previous day's close. That's previous day's close. We're below it. I should have stopped out. You're absolutely right. I didn't. I thought that this was going to kind of bounce off of previous day's close. Now I'm kind of in hopium land, and I add another one. And we'll keep scrolling over. That was my final add. And now, instead of using the bounce cloud, instead of using previous day's close, I'll bring this over. And I was using that pivot right there as my end all be all right there. That pivot. This thing flushes out and it stops me out way down there. Guess how much I lose on that trade, y'all? Lost $200. A whole $100 more than I wanted to lose. Okay, no harm, no foul. What time is that? About 2:30. I roll over. I say, all right, I'm going to sleep. Can't sleep. I roll back over. I look at the computer and I see we're back holding previous day's close. Now, if you look at Thinkorswim's charts, where I got in at, did I go the right way? Nope. Come on, let's go. You see, I'm a little early to the party. It's just flipping green on Thinkorswim's chart. Over here on NinjaTrader, it's not quite green yet. So I jump in and I take this trade for the play back up to this fib level. And look at what it does, y'all. It does exactly what I thought it was going to do. I kind of scale out of a couple of my contracts in this candle, and then I try to hold this last one, and I have my stop below I have my stop below prior candle. So basically bar by barring it. It stops me out and rolls back over. Rolls back over. Had I not stopped out right there, this would have gave me some hope, thinking, okay, I'm good. And then it rolled over and I would have took a huge loss. But instead, I did take my stop, but I did give it a little bit more room than I should have. But in this trade, I made back what I lost there. Almost. Won't say I made it all back, but made back most of it. So now I'm just up. And we'll keep scrolling. Let's jump back on over to these things. The wheels scroll opposite. So when I'm scrolling NinjaTrader, I have to scroll it one way. When I'm scrolling Thinkorswim. I have to scroll it another way. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get these charts kind of set up the way they are. So wake back up. You see price can kind of push back up. We're back at that moving average. Kind of comes back down. I take one here for the break because now I'm excited. I'm like, yeah, this is just, I always call this green, red, back green. This is nothing but a pullback on a higher time frame. So I jump in, I add one more. We kind of just consolidate along VWAP. I should have been adding another one right here, but I get out of a couple of the positions. You see it right there. I should have been adding for the break. Killer break. Killer break. And then I finally get out of my final position. Notice where it stops me out. You know why that happened? Because I had my stop below this wick. Just below it, but I didn't give it wiggle room. Had I just had it a little bit below that, that would not have stopped me out, and I could have made a little bit more money. You see the move here on the Thinkorswim chart. We see it there. That was my final trade. I was up a few $100s now. Now I'm actually green. No longer down $200. Now we're up a few $100s. Go to work. So I miss all of, on Wednesdays, I miss all of the trading market from about 4:30 until about 10:30. I'm normally back home at 10:30. So I'm missing all of this. We're just going to scroll through until you see some arrows on the chart. Boom. There we go. What is that? 1050. All right. So guess what? We'll scroll this on over to 1050. And we'll look and we'll see what the chart that I'm actually trading looked like. I was trying to get the OTRS trade system into NinjaTrader, but NinjaTrader, although it's nice, it's not quite as nice as Thinkorswim, not as user-friendly for setting it up. But we see this is the same area here. So price had kind of been chopping around, and I got home maybe about 10:30. Price was kind of chopping around between previous day's high and VWAP, just kind of wedged in between there. But it came down and it held VWAP. It came back up, pushed back down. And what do you see right there, y'all? What do you see? I'm going to tell you what I see. I see a W. And when I see a W, I don't want to get in down here usually, because this could come up and just go back down. But on the W, I like to get in on the break of the middle. And if you look at Thinkorswim's chart, you can kind of see that W defined. And that's exactly where I got in. Entered. See, I took my stop to break even a little too quick right there, y'all. I did. I was looking for this just to go. And when it didn't, took my stop to break even. I got tagged, made a few dollars. Same thing, got tagged, made a few dollars. But I held on to, I didn't get out of everything. This comes up, makes the move. That's a stop, trail stop for this one. That's a trail stop for that one. Scroll it on over. When we break and hold previous day's highs, I jump in another one. Same thing. It pops, kind of scale out. Add, same thing. Pops, kind of scales out. And I just kind of like just scalped my way through here. Didn't make really what I should have, because this one right here from here, how many points is that? 741, 760. That's 20 points. If I'm in 5 contracts, 10 points I mean, yeah, if I'm in 5 contracts, 20 points, it's what, $200? This is a $200 move right there, y'all. Whereas I was making 20, 30 bucks, 20, 30 bucks, 20, 30 bucks. Added up to $418, $378 once you take out commissions. But yeah, I'm working on that. Now, because I'm over the threshold, I really can work on it. I really can work on it. Trading out of a $25,000 take profit pro account. Once you get over $1,500, anything that you're over, you can take out. Yesterday, I was over by the tune of maybe $500-$600. I did request a payout, $400 after they took their fees, and they approved it last night, and it's just sitting there waiting on me to withdraw it and transfer it over to my bank. I'm gonna do that here shortly. Today, we're up 378. Guess what? That's high enough to request another payout. I'm probably going to request another payout. That's about $700 in 2 days after trading this account 5 days to pass it. It's not a bad deal, I don't think. That account cost me $100. Again, me and Spark call these things cash cows. When you do the right thing, take your stops. Don't oversize. Old me, I would have oversized on that trade at 2 o'clock, and I possibly could have blown that account up. Instead of being in what, maybe 4 or 5 contracts, I might have been in 20 contracts trying to get just a little bit of pop to make me get back in the green. But that little bitty pop to the wrong side will blow the account up. So it's all about doing the right thing in these prop accounts, because you can make money, and there are some prop firms that do pay you. Take Profit Trader being one of them. Just wanted to come over and look, kind of see what the market is doing right now. We're giving up. Guess what? Previous day's highs. That green line, that's previous day's highs. But yeah, we're going to take a payout again tonight. I watched a video, had a discussion in my Discord. It's actually something I want to talk about at the beginning of the video when it was probably a few more people still watching. But if you're still watching, I appreciate it. Y'all are the true heroes. Y'all help this channel continue to grow by causing it to hopefully catch some other eyes. But I'm watching a lot of psychology videos right now. My edge is golden. I don't need to work on that. This is about to flush. My edge is telling me that. If this candle right here can hold and close down below that candle, this should tank on out. You see the bears tried to get back in there. But I'm watching a lot more psychology videos, and I was watching this video, and he was talking about how people, us retailers, look at that phone, they don't like to we don't like to take our stops. And you saw it today in my trade. But what he was saying is that it can be, and this is what I got out of it, just the mere fact that it's called a stop loss. That word loss, we as humans, we don't like to lose. And it's not really a stop loss. It's to stop your trade. Yeah, I know that's the same thing, right? But for me, instead of saying I'm putting a stop loss in the system, it just sounds so much better if I say I'm putting a stop price in the system. You see that? So instead of saying it's a stop loss, no, it's not a stop loss. It's a stop price. It's a price that I'm putting in the system that's going to stop that trade when it's no longer a valid trade. And when that kind of clicked in my head, I was like, man, that's golden. Because all this time I'm saying it's a stop loss, and by me getting out of this trade, I'm somewhat admitting defeat. I'm admitting that I lost. Well, no, it's not a stop loss. It's a stop price. It's the price at which I want to get out of the trade because that trade is no longer valid. So yeah, that was a pretty golden video that I watched the other day. I went in, I have a workbook that's written for OTRS. I went in and took out every mention that says stop loss. And now it says stop price. Because I think words are powerful. And if you have that word in there of a loss, it instantly triggers something in us humans to where we say we don't want to lose. We're not wired to lose. And as traders, we always hear you have to be a good loser to be a good winner. But at the same time, let's put some things in there that's going to kind of change the mindset to where we're not thinking about losing. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I was kind of just blabbering just to see if this thing was actually going to do what I thought it would do. Kind of consolidated over, and now we're getting the move there. Probably by the time the market closes, this should be down to VWAP. It's fighting everybody that's still in these candles. People that hadn't stopped out, that might have been long. Prove me wrong. But there's longs in these candles. There are longs in this candle. Some news must have just hit, because candles just don't do that at 425. Like, that's news that's causing the candle. Look at the volume. I know I said I was done, but these charts just do it to me. Look at the volume. No volume since the market closed at 6 o'clock or at 4 o'clock. No volume, no volume, no volume, no volume, no volume. Spike. Instant spike in volume. Like, something did that. That ain't just the average everyday Joe Schmo. Still didn't put it up over this line right here, which is like a average of the last 50 candles. They tried to, but didn't quite get it. I still think this is coming down though. We'll see when the market opens back up. But on that note, guess what, y'all? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna wrap this video up. As always, thanks for checking me out. If you hadn't hit that like button, please do so. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. And as always, we can continue the conversation in the comments. I see a lot of people speaking highly on Take Profit Trader. Like I said, I can vouch that they pay out, and they pay out quickly. I submitted my payout request yesterday. They do it if it's a several step process. I will say that. Several steps to it. You request it, they approve it. Then you go back in and then you process it, and then somebody else looks at it. And then once that happens, you can go ahead and request to put it into your bank account, either by Wise, PayPal, or Plaid into your bank account. But right now, I just need to go in there and tell it, yeah, send that money over to my bank account. Give me a little extra spending money, because I'm trying to get out the country here in the next couple of hours. So we're going to see how that goes. On that note, I am wrapping this one up. We'll be back at it again probably tomorrow. You'll probably see me sitting in a hotel room in some foreign land. Peace.